Hi everyone, this is Pooja Kant from emofreetherapy.com, and in today's video I wanted to speak about trauma exposure response. It's also called secondary trauma, and there is a book called Trauma Stewardship, and it's an excellent book, absolutely excellent if you are in the helping profession. You could be a nurse, a doctor, frontline worker, a mental health professional, psychiatrist, psychologist, social worker, and anyone who is directly or indirectly exposed to the suffering of others. So what is the trauma exposure response? And in this book, the authors say that it is the change that happens to us within us as we witness the suffering of others. It can be direct or indirect exposure to suffering. And due to the nature of the work, when the world feels like a different place, then we are talking about the trauma exposure response. When we witness the pain and suffering of others, then it can change our own physiological and psychological response. And this is a quote directly from the book. And they go on to say that we often assume that our very status as helpers grants us immunity from the suffering we witness. We are often wrong. So I'm going to be talking about the various signs of trauma exposure response, because as mental health professionals and those of you in the helping professions, we do need to be aware of vicarious trauma, compassion fatigue, secondary trauma, and although they have certain differences, we are kind of talking about the impact that the pain and suffering of others has on us. And there are these signs of trauma exposure response that the authors talk about in this book, Trauma Stewardship. And that's going to be in the next video that's coming up.